Hello, everyone. This is meeting regarding to sprint retro review for SugarLearning 163 and sprint planning for 164. The duration of sprint was 2 weeks and the attendees are as listed. The total billable hours for these projects are 79 and a half. And myself, Tino, and Nick was working on this project.
Sorry, what was the sprint goal, Jose?
Oh, sorry. The sprint goal was to add the Toast UI editor, which is the migration from the legacy Toast UI editor to the latest version. And Tino was working on that. Now, as during the sprint, he moved to the client work.
Right. Okay.
So the work is still remaining for the sprint goal.
Are you going to continue it?
Yes, the handover is done. I will be explaining it while we go to the backlog items.
Okay.
As I mentioned, I was working Tino and Nick in the sprint backlog. Toast UI editor, there is a bunch of stuff remaining, which is adding the new functionalities as the SugarLearning is been using customized buttons. And for that, Tino has added the functionality for most of the buttons, but there are still remaining for a few of the buttons, the functionality for a few of the buttons. And also there is a blocker, which we need to investigate to convert the markdown to HTML. The handover is done to me and I will be working
you're converting markdown to HTML?
Yes, we were using a customized way for converting the markdown. The markdown is being used as Adam, if you have seen that we have these blocks, China, France blocks. So they are being used to convert to HTML. So right now they are not responding to the latest version of Toast UI editor.
Specifically, this is for the preview.
Right, but couldn't we use MDX instead of HTML?
I need to investigate. I just have given a handover, but I didn't know the details yet.
Okay, so before you convert any markdown to HTML, you need to talk to Jack P, Brady. Well, I think that would be enough. If you get those two to agree, then I guess that's okay.
All right, I will do that. So the next PPI that I was working on was the entity command execution exception, where was a timeout for the query when we were loading popular items on the backlog of SugarLearning. So I investigated and found the performance blockers in that query, and that has been enhanced. I will go to the screenshots that I taken from the application site. So previously, this query was taking 3 to 7 seconds on average. And after refactoring this query, it has been improved to 250 millisecond to 500 millisecond. So the performance has been significantly been improved.
Awesome. Did you add an index in the database?
We actually, Nick and I was working on this PBI, and we discussed about adding the index, but it seems like we don't need to add index for this query. We come up with the workaround. There was the first solution. On the first solution, I added the index, but we find out that the query was very complex, and we actually reduced the complexity of the query, and it actually improved the performance afterwards.
Why is the query faster? Did you add a where clause? Try and work out what you did.
So we actually, previously, query was actually picking up the data tables. So we were able to pick it up the same data from only 2 tables. And there was a lot of joins operations. So we reduced the joins operation to, I guess, 1.
And while you were looking at the schema, did you notice any optimizations or schema changes you want to make?
So while looking, well, I actually suggested for adding the indices, but I guess Nick can answer better about that. That's why didn't we proceed with that?
We didn't proceed with it because because fundamentally the query was doing additional work that it didn't need to. So the output of the query was meant to be the most popular items viewed in SugarLearning. So amongst other things, what it was doing was trying to consolidate the count based on day. Completely unnecessary, just simple count of the views.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And also it significantly improves the performance, so we don't need to add the indices at this point.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good.
So monitoring was done by me and Nick. We actually find this bug during this sprint and we resolved that. And for the certification, we were actually certification being updated on the Azure China, but we find another issue while we were connecting with the Reagan of global environment with the China. So we find out that we are using a legacy API endpoints for uploading uh, source maps for Reagan, and that is not working anymore from today.
Right.
So we have actually created a PBI for that, and we add it for the next sprint. For the video stuff, there's no work is done by Tino as he moved to client work. You happy with that, Adam?
Yes.
Right. The total PBIs we completed in this sprint, the percentage is 28%, and remaining effort is 20.
Okay.
Right. The line coverage remains the same, which is 25%. There was one deployment during this sprint, there was only one deployment to the global and the China production. As we can see, one of the China production deployment has been failed. The reason is because of the when we did the deployment for the staging, so Reagan source maps were not uploaded, so that causes the issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is the location of the China production?
China East.
Yeah, but which city in China? It's a big country.
I need to confirm that. I'm not sure about it, but we say China East, I guess.
Okay. I think China East is Shanghai, but I'm not sure.
Yep.
Where is the location of the global production?
East US.
So you got it in the US. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So East US. So you're not West US.
No, sorry. I need to confirm that. I forgot.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Right.
No worries. You can ping me later.
Yeah. All right. So moving forward. So
I
the
probably
fail.
would I'm not sure, but I think I would call it China
Oh,
production.
sorry, Adam. It's on West US. Now I remember. It's on West US.
Right. So I'd probably call it West US production and China production.
All right.
Mm.
Okay. So during this sprint, the failed request has been reduced to 683, and previously there were 2.87 is because the sprint was for 4 weeks.
Great work.
Yeah. And other thing that the spikes we are seeing
sorry.
is
So the failed request is not for the same period.
no.
All right. That's not what I would do. I would make the periods the same. Yeah. Can you fix that up before sending it and just put in brackets?
All right.
2 weeks before and this 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I will do that.
When you have a figure like you have above, you need a line break after the figure because that figure is hard up against the image. Yeah. Okay.
So total unique users has been decreased from 185 to 115, and authenticated user has been decreased from 91 to 82, and because of the same reason, because the previous sprint was 4 and this one is 2 weeks. Yep.
Right. Yeah. So just make them both 2-week periods. Yeah.
Yep. And for the SugarLearning China, we are seeing 5 unique users and 2 authenticated users.
Right.
For the Epic, entity framework core migration work remains the same as we didn't work on any PBI for that.
Okay.
And the experimental work is going for the Toast UI migration to the latest version.
Okay.
Right. Uh, so Nick was happy that we fixed the timeout issue because we seen that error frequently on SQL. And what didn't go so well, everything was fine on this sprint, and we also think there was no improvement needed for this sprint.
Okay.
Are you happy, Adam, if I move to the planning?
Just go to the very top of the document of this email.
Yep.
Are you on the latest template? Have you checked this with the latest template?
I will check it, but I think so we are on the latest template.
I don't think you are, because I think the summary is just above the sprint review number.
All right,
So
I will confirm that.
Yeah, but I could be wrong, but I would check it before sending it.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. For the planning, we are going to work on to resolve the issue. Actually, it's kind of a migration from the old API endpoint to the latest one to resolve the source map issue, which happened today.
Okay.
And once we done this, then we will be able to test the Raygun for China. And I will continue my work on update to latest version for Toast UI editor and the monitoring task.
Okay, all right. Now, Jose, when was the last time you checked all the NPM packages and NuGet packages and stuff?
There are few updates required, which I will do in this sprint. I've seen that last time.
Right.
Means this the last time when I was working on the PBI, so I've seen that there are some updates required, but no major updates, just a minus one. Yep.
Okay. All right. All good. Okay. Excellent.
Thank you, everyone. The sprint meeting video will be uploaded on the SugarLearning channel. Thanks.
See you, Jose. Thanks, Nick.
See ya.